Hello, everybody. Welcome. I think I can shut my door all the way. Actually, hold a second. I left my shoes in the doorway, so it's a little bit of a challenge to close my door to my secret space right now. So, hello. Thank you for joining me, rather here live or on the replay. As always, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate everyone joining and people sharing this on their socials. This, of course, is the New Moon in Cancer card pull. And it's a very auspicious day, too. It's 7/17. And I'm all about the sevens. That's one of my favorite numbers. I know a lot of people have their favorite numbers, too. So, but this, there are, I think, 3 numerology type days. If some of you guys kind of dabble in the metaphysical or astrology, or there are some major days happening here in the month of July, and we're working up to August 8th, which I just recently learned about in the past couple of years, called the Lion's Gate portal. And these I guess the portals of energy that open up for us can really push us through some big changes or doing some wonderful things. So I love that today it's the 17th and it's a new moon, new moons, new beginnings. Yes, the moon is dark, but that doesn't mean that we have to be, right? Yeah. And I also am going to read the last little blurb, because I always tell you guys that I always read what's going on with the lunar cycles with, it's called New Paradigm Astrology. And the gentleman's name is Kapacha Letcher. That's I think that's kind of like his nickname. But he also has students and other astrologers that will write out the different phases as to what's going on, where the planets are, what energies are coming in. And this, I know we hear it all the time, this is a powerful new moon. This one is really a big one. And we've also got the north and south nodes shifting. So the north and south nodes, they are shown in your chart. They represent what you pretty much are going to be doing in this life, or what you need to be working towards or focusing on and learning and doing in this life. And the south node is things we've already accomplished and done in other lifetimes and in this one. So we need to kind of let go of the old things that we're used to doing and do these wonderful new things. So it's really just, I think, the last 2 or 3 sentences. It says, this week's message is clear. So this is the message for the new moon in Cancer. Stay close to your core and be mindful of your connection to others. Balance is up to you, and your capacity for leadership will help create it. So we are shifting and changing. Venus is retrograde now, which means, that's the divine feminine. So now she's kind of stopped. It looks like it's stopped and just kind of staying stationary. She's not moving. So that's re-looking over things that have to do with the divine feminine, relationships and all these things. And I know from just some of my personal friends that there's some big things coming up. So this is a wonderful time. This is an excellent time. And I'm kind of bummed I missed my Body, Mind, Soul yoga studios new moon. They had their new moon get together or ceremony they do. And it's wonderful. We get together, we do some yoga, and then we journal on things that we want to continue bringing in our life. So it's just a really good tool to keep ourselves on the path of growth. And of course, another thing, I always mention her, Yasmin Bolin, and her Moonology Diary. And the questions for today, I haven't even answered them yet because you can see it's blank. But I love these new moon wishes and intentions list because she says, hey, what is your current biggest, most audacious goal right now? And then she asks you to turn it into a mantra or something where it's already happened. And then she lists out, okay, what can you do in the next 24 hours to get you towards that goal? What can you do in the next week? And what can you do in the next month? And then she has you sign your name, kind of, so you're committing to making these changes, however big or small they are. So a lot's being thrown at you right now. I totally understand that. And I mentioned I did a small little video yesterday when I was out at the Etowah Mounds, it was so wonderful to be out there for 5 hours and to just be in nature. It wasn't as humid as it is today. There was a breeze the whole time, and I always have this wonderful spot under this beautiful canopy of trees, and it was just beautiful yesterday. So when I was coming back, I've been reading Boundaries and Protection by Pixie Lighthorse, and this is an author that actually my body, mind, soul yogini. She would read from her. She has a couple of different books, but this book, I cannot stress it enough. We all need to learn about boundaries and how to protect ourselves because we have been so conditioned to not. And it really, it's just a great book. So, I like to share all these books I'm reading because I think it enlightens us, and the more we read up on these things, and it is all doing self-work. So I'm going to read what I was speaking about in that video, about how sometimes when challenges happen, our first thing is just like, I just don't want to be here anymore. I just want to leave this earth. I'm done. I'm just so done. And I'm going to read it. And just I'll of course expand on the point I'm going to make here. I think one of the greatest challenges to living on earth is the lack of a genuine desire to be here. We have forgotten that it's our duty to be here because we are here, and learn to be here in wellness. We have been given an undetermined amount of lifetime to do exactly that. Life itself is a quest, and too many of us think we are not made for the journey, or that we are too fragile for the obstacle courses that present themselves. I believe that we are made to last, and that we are up to the task of finding out how to honor our lives as they came to be. When I lead shamanic journeys, there is usually at least one student who, returning to ordinary reality with that in-between worlds look, will dreamingly confess that she didn't want to come back. I believe this means that something out there was so comforting, so exciting, so affirming, or so right that it was tempting to stay out in the journey. I prompt them to come back into and fully re-inhabit their bodies. Look around the room at the objects that represent matter in this dimension. Breathe and smile and agree to be here again now. Without a desire to be here, we don't have much to work with. The desire to be somewhere else is the phenomenon of craving that addicts report feeling beholden to, and it eventually sends them to their bottom. The altered state is more comfortable, uninhibited, detached, and emboldened. The unaltered state is perhaps anxious, shameful, disgusted, hopeless, hypersensitive, bone tired, or seemingly broken beyond repair. Perhaps we think that in an altered state, we have the ability to cope with the impossible obstacles. Unfortunately, the opposite usually becomes true. This is because not wanting to be here weakens our relationship to reality and to our spirits. I think we are much stronger for living than we give ourselves credit for. And so this sentence is what really, like, boom, just like blew my mind, is unfortunately the opposite becomes true when we're stuck in our addictions and trying to escape, being in what I call escapism. This is because not wanting to be here weakens our relationship to reality and to our spirits. So not wanting to be here and feeling, oh, I just can't. It weakens and weakens and weakens our energy. And we're trying to get out of these cycles that we're in of addictions, whatever they are. And I have been in them myself. I'm still working on, and I know it'll be a lifetime journey, on watching the TV at night. I've gotten so much better at just allowing myself an hour to 2 hours, and that's it. Right? But there's these little things that I'm making, little steps, baby steps into working on being grateful, letting go of these things that I'm using to escape, to numb myself. I don't want to be here, so I'm going to go down into, again, name whatever your addiction is at the moment. And that might be a harsh word, but it's what they are. And it is by design that they are created to keep us from really living in the present moment and being our true selves. The more I look in here and the more I'm like, oh, wait, that isn't my thought. Oh, wait a second. I really don't think that anymore. My values have totally changed on that. That's good. The more that we go in and really look as to why we think certain things. And then you figure out, oh, well, that was a family thing, or that was an ancestral thing. It's not mine. I'm dealing with something today, actually. I've got a really, really tight stomach today. And I know that's ancestral in how I handle stress and things at work this morning. I got into my old way of getting aggravated by something that I can't control. And so my body's telling me, all right, you're tightening up your gut. So that means that you need to pull away, relax, do some breath work, do some qigong, whatever is in your toolkit, utilize that. And I'm hoping the more and more I open up to the things I'm learning at my qigong course, the more that I will be posting, doing certain classes to help us bring us back to center, bring us back into the present moment. I know we hear that a ton. I know we're hearing all these words are starting to become phrases that we hear over and over again, and it becomes like, oh, okay, but it's true. Being in the moment right here, right now with me, it's a beautiful thing. And we are all energy. And when we come together with an energy of, I want to be here, I already feel a lightness. I want to be here. And I want you to want to be here because we are all in this together. We all are one. We are just a little piece of the big whole. So with all of that to be said, now, again, I have done some of my rituals I do before my card pulls. I got my candle lit. I did some sage a minute ago. And actually, I'm going to do this because I do this every morning. I'm going to do the sound bowl here. And I hit it 4 times for the 4 main phases of the moon. So let's do this together. And while I do this, if you can, sit with your spine straight, or if you're laying down, that's fine too. And just feel yourself being grounded into Mother Earth. Imagine the roots in your feet, just rooting down into Mother Earth. And let's get grounded together. So we'll take 3 deep breaths while I do the bowl, okay? So you can just go ahead and inhale and exhale through the nose. Excellent. Isn't she cute? Oh, purple singing bowl. It's a beautiful gift from my sister-in-law. It's the only singing bowl I have, amazingly enough. Who knows? Maybe I'll find more. So here we are together. All of our guides are with us. Thank you. And we're doing a six card pull. So it's the New Moon Intention Activation Spread from Colette Baron Reed. And we are using today the Keepers of the Light deck by my favorite, Kyle Gray, Keepers of the Light. This is a wonderful deck if you want to learn about ascended masters and different guides, different people that have been on this earth, and some are just angels that haven't been on this earth, and there are some angels that have been, but it's a great deck. It's like a little lesson every time. I mean, that's what all these decks are about, right? Okay. So this beautiful new moon in Cancer, start thinking about what are some things that you want to create in this next month. Whatever that is, it could be a small little thing like, I don't know, I'm going to clean out this one drawer, which I just actually did a little while ago. I'm slowly cleaning my house out. I continue to keep going through it, cleaning out the stuff that I'm holding on to I don't need. Metaphor for life, right? Okay, so thank you, angels and ancestors, for being with us at this time and revealing to us what we need to know at this new moon in Cancer. We are willing to listen, and we are grateful for the wisdom. And so it is. Or amen, or aho, or whatever you want to use as your finish. Satnam. Amitwafwa. Let's see, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Amitwafwa is, of course, I think that's Chinese. I learned it in my Qigong course from Yo Chi. Hello. And it is basically like the light in me honors and sees the light in you. It's like namaste, but the Chinese version. All right. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I know some of my Qigong friends watch my videos. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Amitwafwa. And I love it. I love saying it. All right. So here we are. Lovely. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 4, 5, and 6. We have got, I love it. I love it. We have got so much feminine energy in this card pull, you guys. And I love it. You know, as I mentioned before, Venus is in retrograde. Venus is kind of stopped. Now, when people hear retrograde, they start to flip out that it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a re-looking at. It's a redoing. It's a recharging. So that's what this is. And Venus represents the feminine. So we are recharging ourselves. So everyone has a feminine side. So it's just a time really to kind of, as I said before, find that balance and be really aware of what you're doing and who you're around. Seems like common sense, but we know how that goes. So the first card is, what is the quality of intention? What do I need? What do I need to look at? What is the quality of the intention? And we're starting it out with beautiful Mother Mary. Love and peace. Love and peace. How beautiful is that? Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And I do feel like I'm healing my grandmother Madaline today. I feel like I'm kind of going through another little healing with her. And Mother Mary is actually, I was born and raised Catholic, and she has always been a beautiful, what I considered an angel to look up to. Whenever I was at church, they'd have the Mother Mary there, the Virgin Mary. And that's who I was always looking at. I mean, no offense to the altar and all that, but I was always checking out Mary. And I have back here, I don't know if you can see, this beautiful little statue that actually my aunt gave my mother. And my mom let me have it to put it on my altar. And it's Mother Mary. So that is, what is the quality of intention? We're coming at things from love and peace. That's beautiful. So the second card is, how do I co-create from my most empowered self? How do I co-create? And this came reversed. So this is Bridget, the beautiful goddess of inner strength. And that's what this time is about, right? Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. You have the power. Nobody else can do the things that you need to do to create the life that you want to have, the purpose that you're going towards. Nobody else can do it for you. I'm learning that as a big lesson right now. Nobody else can do it. I have to do it. And I will. I will do it. I can and I will. I can and I will. So that is, how do I co-create for my most empowered self? And that is going inside and knowing that we have all the answers and all the power that we need right up in here. So the third card is, what action do I need to take to ignite my magic? What action do I need to take? And it's the goddess Freya. She is the goddess of phases and cycles. And it says, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So what action do I need to take to ignite my magic? Let go of all the illusions that we have told ourselves. Don't even get me started. I could totally do a whole video on that, on all of the cycles, all of the phases that we go through, the coming of age, going through puberty, getting out on your own, coming into your 20s and 30s, getting into your 40s and 50s, all these phases and cycles. And we get so hung up with what we've been conditioned and what society has told us about those phases. So now is the time to create your own. Really look at your values and what you value, because that is the action that you need to take. Is, what do I really want? Not what does society want, what my friends want, what the parents from the olden days telling me what I need or want. So calling in, I got our goddess Freya. She absolutely will help you. She's freaking awesome. Look at her with the raven. I love her. Yeah. All right. Now this card, and I just love this lady here. It's, what do I need to co-create for my highest good? What do I need? And it's reversed as well. You need focused intention. Focused intention. Hello, staying focused. It says, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Right there. This is the goddess Diana. I'm sorry. Yes, Diana. And she is also known as Artemis, the goddess with her, you can't see her, but she's got her quivers back here. But she is always aiming and focused for what she wants. She is a divine one that's bringing in, reminding us, hey, what do I need to co-create for my highest good? And co-creation means, actually speaking to others, speaking to the community that maybe you're involved in, or creating a new one, or bouncing some things off of your friends when you get together. So staying focused and letting other people know that are close to you, these are the things I really want to work on. And all my friends know what I'm working on this year. And that's getting through my Qigong studies, really understanding it and getting myself prepared to teach and to share. So I have 3 things that I want to do or that I'm focused on this year. And that's doing my Qigong, going to my drum circle, and then celebrating and dancing with an ecstatic dance group called Soul Dance Movement that I'm a part of. I try to keep everything else, those are the 3 things I'm focusing on, but the main one. And so I utilize my family and my friends assisting me as I'm learning this stuff. So we can stay focused. And especially right now with this new moon, let's stay focused with what we really want. There's a lot of distractions out there and they are amped up. So the 5th card, my potential outcome of my intention. So again, with the new moon, we're setting an intention, whatever that is. So what is the potential outcome of my intention? And it is the beautiful Hindu goddess Radha, right? And it says soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So what is the potential outcome of my intention? Whatever that is. You're healing relationships, you're healing yourself by really staying focused on what is true to you. Again, not what somebody else wants for you, what you want. And you might say, I don't know what that is. I think you do know. And the more that we do look and we start to feel uncomfortable, that's really when you know that's what you want to do. I'm just telling you because that's what I'm experiencing here. And doing these card pulls, like I never would imagine a couple of years ago, heck, friggin' 10 years ago. Come on. All my friends that have known me that long, I mean, and some of the friends that I, aren't real close with anymore, but we stay in touch. I mean, I wasn't doing this, but my soul was guiding me towards it. So we all come into our own blossoming and blooming when we're supposed to, but we got to stay focused. And we want to bring in that peace and love, that peace and love for ourselves and for others. And the more that we do that, it does. You start to co-create and you start to be like, whoa, I can't believe it. Believe me, I'm seeing it in leaps and bounds with the people that I'm becoming friends with, new friends, my Qigong family alone. It's incredible. All right. So the last card is how, if at all, do I course correct to be in better alignment with my intention? How do I course correct? So let's say we get a little off here. Well, it's Radha's soul flame, if you're into that, Krishna, the god, the Hindu god of devotion. And I just love this depiction of him, that beautiful peacock feather on the top of his head. It's lovely. Just lovely. So this one was reverse as well. And we had 3 reverse cards in this deck. The inner strength card, the intended focus card, and the devotion card. Do we see a theme here, folks? I think we do. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So trust is a big one. Just trusting in general. Trusting yourself, knowing that the path that you're wanting to go on or you're working towards or you're on in just the beginning stages. And again, this is for me too, because that's where I am. So the more that I stay devoted in my spirituality, whatever that looks like for you, that could be going on hikes. That could be going for a walk every afternoon, going and spending time with a friend at the beach, or going and having lunch with a friend, or sitting alone after work for 10 minutes by yourself in silence. So many different ways that we can devote ourselves to our inner self. So many ways. So again, We've got love and peace, right? What is the quality of my intention? It's coming from a place of love and peace. How do I co-create from my most empowered self? From my most empowered self, inner strength with Brigitte here. What action do I need to take to ignite my magic? I need to look at the phases and cycles that I've been in. And how can I change that up? What is repeating itself and is not helping me for my highest good? What do I need to co-create for my highest good? Stay focused intentions. Beautiful Goddess Diana there. And then the potential outcome is the soul flame, which means our inner light is like, yes, keep going. And if you happen to fall off or get off track, stay devoted to the daily things that bring you joy, that bring your heart joy. You know what those are. And I do too. And sometimes I do. I fall by the wayside. So the card from the bottom of the deck is actually a beautiful Archangel Charity. She is from the Archaea. It's three angels, hope, faith, and charity. But this is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. And that's a big, big message that my mom always reminds me about. You know, we have all these things that we would like to create in our lives, and we can do that. But we do have a support system, and we can ask. When we ask for it, we receive it. And it may not come right to you, but it is on its way. So I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes, and I'm gone over a smidgel, but that's okay. It is a very powerful new moon. And I really hope that this has brought you some food for thought. And think about writing down what your intention is for the next month. That could be an easy thing. Like I said, cleaning out a drawer, reaching out to someone that you've wanted to connect with. And then what are the steps to do that? Doesn't have to be a big thing. Thank you so much for always joining me. It is so appreciated. I love it when you leave comments, and feel free, as they say, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It's going to start shifting and changing more, and I'll be announcing when I'm going to do a live Qigong class on here. I'm going to do it, I think, this Sunday coming up, which I don't have the date in my head, but it's going to be in the morning between probably around 8:30. And I'm just going to do a 20-minute Qigong session so you guys can kind of see what it's all about. So enjoy the rest of your week and carry this beautiful new moon energy with you. And as always, I'm sending you peace, love, and soul. Take care.